everyone, welcome back. I'm Di, and today I will be sharing with you my pile of possibilities for March Mystery Madness Round 11. So if you didn't know, March Mystery Madness is a month-long reading event where we promote and read mysteries throughout the month of March. So this is our 11th round, and I've participated in all rounds up to date. I am helping to co-host this year, so I'm really excited because our theme for this year is mysteries around the world. And if you know anything about the types of things that I read pretty regularly, that fits right into our theme for the month. So, to remind you of what our prompts are for this year, they are mystery set in a different continent from you, mystery written by author from a different country than you, or mystery translated from its original language. And so that is just a theme suggestion. You don't have to participate by using the theme. If you read any mysteries in the month of March, you are participating. The theme is just there in case you want to utilize it to help with your TBR or to structure your reading for the month. So with that being said, I have a few selections here that I'd like to share with you that are on my radar for things that I might be interested in reading for the month. So we're going to start off with the Monochrome Manga Club selections for the month of March. The Monochrome Manga Club is an in real life manga club that I host, and we read 2 first in a series selections. We're also doing 2 full series reads. The 2 full series reads I wouldn't say are mystery, but the 2 first in a series selections that I've chosen I believe will be mystery. So we'll talk about those first. Our first in a series selection is going to be Tales from the 100 Monsters Next Door. This is by Yoshiko Watanuki, published by 7 Seas, rated older teen. So this says strange phenomena just around the corner, a man plagued by demons, and the curious yokai enthusiast known as Ghost Sensei. Bound by their connection to the other side, their chronicle of eerie mysteries, both strange and chilling, begins here. So it seems like these are going to be kind of a compilation of short supernatural mysteries. Really looking forward to getting into that. This is from a Japanese mangaka set in Japan. So we have that. And then our second first in a series selection, I am going to be reading on the Shonen Jump app. And that is going to be Gokurakugai Volume 1 by Yuto Sano. So this one says the troubleshooters of Gokurakugai are open for business in a run-down town without law and order. Alma and Tao accept work from clientele of all creeds and cultures, and they're always ready to dole out justice against human-devouring monsters that lurk in the shadows. They'll take on any case as long as the price is right. There's never a shortage of crime around town, and a young boy searching for his beastman friend is just another entry on a long list of missing persons reports. However, Tao and Alma realize they're the only ones able to solve this case and destroy the vicious monsters waiting around every street corner. So it doesn't really sound mysterious, but it seems like it will have some light supernatural mystery elements in it. And so I think that completely counts. Again, mangaka is from Japan, and the story is set in Japan. Both manga are also translated from Japanese. The next thing that I'm kind of looking at possibly picking up during the month is Volume 2 in the light novel series of The Case File of Jeweler Richard. This has illustrations by Utako Yukihiro, and it's written by Nanako Tsujimura. This one is published by 7 Seas, rated teen. So in this series, we have a jeweler and his apprentice, and they basically have some light mysteries about the gemstones or pieces of jewelry that they work with. In this particular one, it looks like they're going to be working a case involving a cursed emerald necklace that once belonged to a dead ballerina. And so I think that sounds interesting. I will say that when I read the first volume of this light novel series, the mystery elements were again very light. There were about 3 or 4, I think, in the first collection. And so I'm looking forward to seeing where this one goes. This is a light novel, so it is actual like novel format, but the only illustration that it has is this on the cover here. So really interested to continue with this one. It does also have a manga format if you're interested in checking the series out, but again, Japanese authors, set in Japan, and also translated from Japanese. I've had this one on my shelf for a while. This is the Tokyo Zodiac Murders by Soji Shimada. It says a Guardian Top 10 Locked Room Mystery. So this one is historical. It says in Japan, 1936, an old eccentric artist living with 7 women have been found dead in a room locked from the inside. In his testament, alchemy, astrology, and a complicated plan to kill these women. Soon after, the plan is carried out. The 7 women are found dismembered and buried across rural Japan. By 1979, these Tokyo Zodiac murders have been obsessing a nation for decades, but none of the murders have been solved. A mystery-obsessed illustrator and a talented astrologer set off around the country, and as you follow, pursuing the enigma of the Zodiac murderer through madness, missed leads, and magic tricks. You have all the clues, but can you solve the mystery before they do? So I think the biggest part of me not reading this yet is because it's historical. But it definitely will fit our theme for the year. It is set in Japan, it's translated from Japanese, and the author is Japanese. The other one that I have been thinking about for a really long time has been the Decagon House Murders. I do know there is a manga adaptation of this series as well available right now. This is by Yukito Ayatsuji, and it's a Japanese bestseller inspired by Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. The lonely rock-bound island of Tsunojima is notorious as the site of a series of bloody unsolved murders. Some even say it's haunted. One thing's for sure, is the perfect destination for the K University Mystery Club's trip. But when the first club member turns up dead, the remaining amateur sleuths realize they will need all of their murder mystery expertise to get off the island alive. As the party are picked off one by one, the survivors grow desperate and paranoid, turning on each other. Will anyone be able to untangle the murderer's fiendish plan before it's too late? So I've heard really good things about this one. And so I'm really going to, I think, prioritize this particular one for the month of March. I'm really looking forward to that one. Again, set in Japan, Japanese author, translated from Japanese. Another one that I'm really interested in picking up, and I probably will, if I'm honest, this is going to be Strange Houses by Uketsu. So it's translated by Jim Rion. It says the chilling Japanese mystery sensation. There is a manga adaptation of this as well. We did read the first volume for the Monochrome Manga Club, and if you're interested in my first impressions, I will link the video in the cards and in the description box down below. But this one is basically about unnatural layouts, trapdoors, and windowless rooms. A sinister conspiracy is concealed within a house's warped and unsettling floor plans. So it's basically following a character. He gets interested in the floor plan of a house. And it's the floor plan of this, where there's a room there that doesn't look like it should be there because there's no windows and no doors. And as they look more into this particular house, they start uncovering other things. I really enjoyed the first volume of the manga, but then I kind of want to read the novel before I finish the rest of the manga. I do have the second volume of the manga here, so we'll see. Maybe I might read them concurrently and see what I think. It might be interesting to kind of compare and contrast my experiences as I read through both at the same time. So that might be something that I might do. We'll see. But I really enjoyed the first volume of The Strange House, and I'm looking forward to checking out the novel version. This one has art by Kyo Ayano. And so, yes, really, really looking forward to continuing with that series or reading that novel. I do also have this other book by Uketsu, and it's Strange Pictures. So this one says it's an eerie, fresh take on a mystery horror in which a series of seemingly innocent pictures draws you into a disturbing web of unsolved mysteries and shattered psyches. So it definitely sounds interesting. Again, these are set in Japan, translated from Japanese, and our author is Japanese. I do have a couple of other ones from series that I have read previously for previous rounds of March Mystery Madness that I'd like to get to. And the first one is the second book in the Fjallbaka series. I think when I had originally started the series, it was called the Patrick Heatstrom series. This one is by Camilla Lockberg. She is Swedish, and it's set in Sweden and is translated from Swedish. So the second book in the series is called The Preacher. The first book was The Ice Princess. The second book is what I would need to read to continue the series. And it says a boy stumbled upon the brutally murdered body of a young woman, and Patrick, who is the main detective in this story, is immediately called to lead the investigation. Things get even worse when his team uncovers, buried beneath the victim, the skeletons of two campers whose disappearance had baffled police for decades. The three victims' injuries seem to be the work of the same killer, but that is impossible. The main suspect in the original kidnappings committed suicide 24 years ago. When another young girl disappears and panic begins to spread, Patrick leads a desperate manhunt to track down a ruthless serial killer before he strikes again. So I really enjoyed The Ice Princess, and I even started watching the live action adaptation, which is in Swedish. It was available on Hoopla. I think it might still be. And I thought it was really interesting. So I'm really looking forward to continuing with this series. It's one that I definitely should have continued a long time ago, but alas, we are here. And with this theme, it definitely gave me that extra push to put this one back on my radar. So I'm really, really interested in seeing what this next case with Patrick ends up involving. And so the other mystery that I had started for another round of March Mystery Madness, I actually inadvertently started this series with like the 9th book in the series. And I don't typically do that, but I didn't realize that it was actually part of a series when I had read that particular book. So I ended up going back and reading the first volume for a different round of March Mystery Madness, I believe. And so I need to go to the second book, which is This Silent Woman. This one was known as the Louise Rick series, who's the name of the investigator. But now it looks like the series has been broken up into separate trilogies. And so now this is the second book in the Homicide trilogy. So this one follows Louise Rick, and it says an online flirtation can have horrific consequences. Suzanne Hansen met her rapist on a popular dating website, but the man is hiding behind a labyrinth of false pseudonyms, and neither Suzanne nor the police have been able to trace his true identity. With the internet as his playground, the rapist will almost certainly strike again if Louise can't unmask him before it's too late. Definitely was interested in this series when I had read the original book in this trilogy, which is The Midnight Witness. And like I said, I had started with one quite far down, and that was The Forgotten Girls, and that one was really good as well. So I'm looking forward to continuing this series with Louise Rick. This particular series is set in Denmark. The author is from Denmark, and it was translated from Danish. So those are pretty much all of the two theme mysteries that I have on my radar right now. There is one, though, that is outside of the theme that I will most likely be reading very soon. And that has nothing to do with our theme, but it is The Escape Game by Marissa Meyer and Tamara Moss. So my mom brought home this advanced reader's copy from her work, And it's definitely one that I've been hearing kind of around BookTube that I'm very interested in. This one is not translated. It's not outside of the United States. So it doesn't fit the theme, but it is a mystery. So it will fit the reading event or the genre of what we're trying to go for the month. And so this one doesn't come out until April. So I definitely want to try to get to it as soon as possible. I have a little paper thingy that'll tell me what it's actually about. So it says, on a reality show about teenage teams competing to complete stylized escape rooms, surly goth girl Sierra Angelos finds her sister dead in one of the props during the season finale. Now she's back for the show's new season, claiming she wants her prize money while secretly trying to figure out who killed her sister. She has to stay in the game long enough to assemble the clues, except her teammates are hardly cutthroat competitors. Carter Kelly is a socially awkward math whiz who hides behind an avatar in her popular online videos. Beck Matheson is an amateur escape room designer whose brain is 2 parts empathy and 1 part confetti. And Andi Parvesh, brilliant cartographer, has yet to figure out the definition of the word cooperation. Somehow Sierra must pull this team together while facing merciless producers, potential sabotage, and a murderer still on the loose. It says, find the clues, solve the puzzles, expose the killer. It sounds really good. So I'm hoping that I'm really going to enjoy this. This is YA. And so, yeah, I have high hopes for this one. And so you're probably going to see this one. If I had to say what is really calling to me right now from this pile, I'm going to say The Escape Game. You'll probably see me read The Strange House or Strange Houses, The Decagon House Murders, and Tales of the 100 Monsters Next Door, and Gakurakugai. Definitely those 2 manga because I have to read them for my manga club. And if you're interested in reading the manga selections with the Monochrome Manga Club, you can definitely do so. I usually have a chatter post up in the Monochrome Manga Club Discord where we can discuss our thoughts on the volumes there. The link to the Discord is in the description box below. But you could also wait until I put up my first impressions video, which is usually the Monday after our in real life meeting. And so that is going to be Monday, the 23rd of March. That video should go up, so you could let me know what your thoughts are in the comments of that video as well. And so, yeah, depending on time, we'll see how much of these I get through. Oh, I forgot to add that I really have interest in The Preacher by Camilla Lockberg and The Silent Women by Sarah Bladel. So it just depends on how the month goes. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to all of even just these, the ones that I have really strong interest in right now. It'll also depend on if I'm able to get audiobooks for any of these, because I do regularly listen to audiobooks during my lunch breaks. And so that will help me if I'm able to get through all of these stacks. You may see some other books just because I need an audiobook to read and I'm not able to get any of the ones that I have physically here. But yeah, it'll be an adventure during the month with a lot of mystery. Definitely going to focus on mysteries throughout the month. And so if you're interested in hearing what I do read and want to know my thoughts on those, I will be wrapping up my reads in my Desis 19 Diaries entries throughout the month. And I think that's pretty much all I have to say. So let me know down in the comments below if you will be participating in March Mystery Madness. If you just want to have some general mystery chatter or want to talk to other of the Mystery Madness hosts, you can join the March Mystery Madness Discord, which I'll link in the description box below. And definitely let me know if you are participating and what you will be reading. Do you read a lot of translated mysteries? Do you have a favorite translated mystery? or a favorite mystery that's set somewhere outside of where you live, I would really love to know. And if nothing else, and you'd just like to let me know that you were here, if you could leave me a magnifying glass emoji down in the comments below, it would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out. And that will do it for me today. So I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.